I just need to respond to this comment, okay? Because, yeah, this is in reference, this is a comment left on my earlier reel where we're talking about where are all the men and, you know, why aren't the men speaking up against the child trafficking networks? And I was basically saying that, in my experience, the people that have been speaking up for years about this stuff are mostly men. I'm not saying that they're like, I don't like giving cookies and medals for basic bare minimum shit. Okay, when you find out about this stuff, and I understand that some people are only just now finding out, but many of us found out about it years ago. When you find out that this evil stuff is happening, saying something about it or doing something about it is basic bare minimum. Okay, that's basic bare minimum functioning human with a soul and an intact capacity to feel and be a moral human being. Basic bare minimum, okay? Saying that they're good, noble men, I think is giving... I'm not trying to diminish their efforts and a lot of the hard work that they've done, okay? But saying that they're good, noble men is taking it way too far, okay? I just have to be real with y'all, okay? We are collectively in a situation where the bar for men is in hell, okay? Speaking up for children who are being trafficked and brutalized and sacrificed and eaten in the most horrific, evil ways does not make you a good, noble person. It just makes you a person, okay? And at this point, we've got men that can't even do that. Okay? Many men who've been doing this work, I'm not saying that you should all go date them, okay? Because they're amazing, good, noble men, okay? Many of them have unprogrammed misogyny that they still need to work through. Many of them fall into, obviously when you're on the awakening journey, it's a very vulnerable process. And, you know, the club basically has put all these shills basically in position to catch people, okay, with all these psyops, okay? They're running all these different psyops and ascension traps and awakening traps that people get caught up in. We've all got caught up in them, okay? Anybody who's been awake for a long time will have got caught up in multiple different ascension traps and psyops, okay? And many of these men who've been doing this get caught up in them regularly, okay? Loads of them fell for the QAnon deception. They fell for the Trump Messiah agenda. Many of them are now falling for a lot of this great replacement theory and white genocide, and some of them are deeply racist, okay? They are. Some of them are deeply racist. A lot of the conspiracy theorist camp, it's not like a lot... This is the reason why we lost a lot of people on the left, because some of them are so deeply racist. Many of them have a lot of unprocessed anger and unprocessed trauma, and they have been completely failed by mainstream therapeutic modalities, mainstream psychiatry. And that's why so many of us have had to train as healers to try and serve this community. I'm not saying that these are safe men for you to all go and date, okay? Many of them are abusive, okay? I've dated men like this before, okay? So one of them I had to leave his house in a police car, okay? So don't fall into the trap of thinking, oh, I need to find a man who's speaking up for the children and that's a safe man, okay? That's the basics. That's just baseline. There's so many other... We're so far from actually seeing men in their full divine masculine. Like, we're so far from that because of the levels of enslavement and psychological warfare on this planet, okay? But personally, I don't think it's safe to be dating anyone other than your soulmate, the person that God has for you. But yeah, I don't want to be like, these are the men that everybody should be going and dating, okay? If you're dealing with a man and he can't even do that, honestly needs to go in the bin. But if he is doing that, that's just baseline. That's just basic, bare minimum speaking up for the children, okay? There's then all the other stuff that you need to basically assess him for and vet him for to find out if he is safe to date and pursue a relationship with.